Hi, good evening, everyone. Welcome back for another session of live content review using technical analysis. The flow this week will be the same as the previous weeks. So I'll be going through the economic calendar to see what's the events that's going to be coming up for the US like this week. Then I'll be going through TA for the indices, then the commodities, then lastly will be the individual stocks. So let's see how the market is going to do this week after we had the worst week of this year yet. Yeah. So for the economic calendar wise, Monday, which is today, we are having some durable goods data that's coming in. That's at 9:30 p.m. And then another thing to take note will be this home sales data that's coming in at 11 o'clock. Then on Tuesday, I think there's going to be some important stuff coming up, which is some retail inventories that's at 9:30 p.m. and then the Chicago PMI that's at 10:45 p.m. and then this conference board consumer confidence, which is out at 11 p.m. Then on Wednesday we have manufacturing PMI that's at 10:45 p.m. And there's also ISM manufacturing PMI that's coming out at 11 p.m. Then followed by the usual crude oil inventories. It's going to be out at 11:30 p.m. Okay, then moving on to Thursday, we have the usual jobless claims data that's coming out at 9:30 p.m. Then also non-farm productivity, as well as some unit labor costs is out at 9:30 p.m. Now on Friday, we end it off with this S&P Global Composite PMI and also the services PMI that's coming out at 10:45 p.m. Then also some non-manufacturing PMI data by ISM that's going to be out at 11 p.m. Okay, so quite a data-filled week this week. So without further ado, let me just go on to talk about the indices. So for Bitcoin, I think we are in this big broadening wedge over here. So what happened last week was that we actually broke down this previous resistance horizontal level over here. That's around the 23.8 thousand level. So I would see maybe possible some downside to go into this support, this green color support zone over here. So the lower point could be this swing low steps around 21.4K. Then some immediate support could be around the 22.8K level, which is this previous horizontal support over here. For resistance wise, it's likely to be from 23.8K, which is this resistance over here, and some support before we had a breakdown over here. Then to the highest recently, that's about the 25.2K level. Okay, for Dow Jones, I think I mentioned in the Telegram group that looks like we had a breakdown of this consolidation triangle. So looks quite significant, I guess. We had a few days in a row and we didn't manage to close back. So that's quite confirmed we had a breakdown. So with that, the resistance likely to be this previous support that's quite strong. So that's around the 33.3K level to about 33.7K over here. So previously, this very strong support over here likely to become a very strong resistance in the near term if you actually do come back. And for the support-wise, I think the first level could be a retest of these swing lows over here. So that's around 32.5, 32.6K level. So we are quite near that already. Then the second thing, the immediate support could be a retest of this key downtrend resistance line. So this key downtrend resistance line, we had a breakout. Then we had a retest once and we found support over it. So now we could be heading for another retest if we do come back deeper this week. Okay, then the lower end of the support could be around the 31.7K level over here, which is another swing low back in November. And that also matched with near the 50% Fibonacci retracement level. Then let's take a look at the NASDAQ. So for NASDAQ, looks like this horizontal level over here, that's around the 11.5K level, which was quite a strong resistance over here for these three rejections, right? after some sideways movement over here on Friday, after the bad data, we actually broke down of it. So that could mean that we could be heading for some more downwards pressure over here. So with that, the immediate resistance likely to be between this horizontal level around the 11.6K level, this swing low that we broke down, and then to about maybe 12K, we have this strong resistance over here as well. For the next support levels, I think I will be looking at around 50 to 61.8% retracement levels when we take the lows or near the end of the year last year to the highs of this year. So that takes us to about maybe 11 to about 11.2K. So over here, we have previous resistance over here and the support over here as well. So hopefully, let's see whether we're able to find some support over here for NASDAQ. Only for S&P, it's also not spared. So we had this breakdown of an uptrend support line over here. So we remained above it for 2 days on Friday. We actually closed below it. So we need to see whether we are able to stand above it again firmly. If not, we could be heading for some downside. So first level of support could be this swing low over here. That's around 3950. The next level could be near maybe 3,380. So this is probably a lower end, which is the breakout of this consolidation triangle I talked about last time. And there was previously a retest over here. So I do think that price, if actually comes down back to this level, we might be able to find some support around here. This area, right, will also represent a retest of this key downtrend resistance line breakout over here as well. So with this key resistance line we had breakout, right, we could be seeing a retest. Definitely, if we look at it from a technical view, yeah. So let's see whether we come down to this level and find some support. For the resistance wise, I would think that if we do have a bounce for now, then the 4050 level, which is this swing low over here, this support which was being broken, would be a first level of resistance. Then 4001 will also be a level, since that it was a horizontal level last time. And above that will be the higher end, unlikely to hit anytime soon, with 4,200. Okay, then looking at gold wise, we are having this downtrend channel over here. So I would still think the support zone is likely to be around still the same, 1780 to about 1830. So that's a 50% and 38.2% retracement levels, where we use the lows towards end of last year and the high of this year. Resistance wise, I think immediate wise will be kept in this, probably be kept in this downtrend channel over here. So probably be around 1830 for now. But if we do have a break, then I think the next key level probably around here, that's around 1870. Since we have some sideways movement over here, yeah. Then the upper end probably at 1910. Yeah. Okay, then I move on to oil. So oil, when you look at the midterm perspective, nothing much has changed. It's in a very range pattern. But over here we see some we keep testing the supports recently. So the support over here is around the 72 to about 75 level. But in the process, I would say that the trend is starting to weaken, since that over here we had bounce. When we look at the bounces, right, over here, the bounce we had over here, we reached about 81. And over here, we reached about 82. But over here, it looks like we reached about 80 over here. So we could be forming some lower highs in the process. There could be some telltale signs of a weakening trend. Okay, and also we are still below this blue color important trend line that I draw last time. So I would say this is a midterm to long-term trend. So currently looks like we are still consolidating under it. Yeah. So if we have a break of the range, then personally I'm more to the downside looking at things now. But let's see lah. Yeah. So the next one I'm talking about fixed. So with the volatility that came into the market last week, we actually had a breakout. So the previous resistance level was over here around the 21.5 level. Then last week we managed to have a break and we tested to about 23.6. Then we had a retest over here. So for now, I would think that if this break holds, right, this area of about 21 to about 21.5 probably will hold as some support. Then the lower end of the support will be the usual 18 to about 20 over here. Then resistance wise, probably around 23 to about 26 level. So if we do reach about 26, then that will actually represent probably a retest of this blue color trend line over here. So previously we had this wedge, big wedge, then we had a breakdown. So if we do have a retest, then that could be, from technical view, that could be normal also. Yeah, so over here, you might have seen some resistance if we do actually come to this level based on this swing high and the wedge over here. Okay, then last one I'll talk about is copper. So copper, we actually had a pullback also. Then we actually tested this trend line support. So currently we are below it. Let's see whether we're able to find some support over here. Then also to note, we have this horizontal support at 3.9 over here. Previous resistance that could act as support. Personally, I would think that we might find some support over here for a bounce. Then, but previously we also have this bunch of support over here that was being broken. So the resistance over here could be quite strong also if we have a weak bounce. If we have a good bounce up, then resistance could be looking at about 4.2, this swing high over here. Yeah, for the immediate resistance. Okay, now I'll go through the individual counters. Okay, the first one is a North Rock movement. Okay, let's see what took place for this. Okay, since looks like currently it's on a like bearish trend, since we had this like looks like a topping pattern, then we had a sell down over here, then over here we had a currently looks like a bounce that's taking place. So for now it's still okay. It looks like we might be going up to fill this gap over here around the 484. So for now we actually broke above the resistance at 470. So if we are able to hold above this horizontal level as well as this trend line support, right, I think the bounce is still valid. If not, if we do have a break of these levels, then we might be heading down to have a continuation of this downwards momentum. So for immediate resistance wise, I would think that for now probably at this 484 gap to about maybe the short-term highs of 500 over here. So the next one I'll talk about is general dynamics. Okay, general dynamics looks like a very range stock in the picture wise. Okay, so we had a break of this 240 key level, and currently looks like we are consolidating for now. Okay, so we could actually be forming this wedge pattern over here. The key resistance is at around 235, 236 over here for now. Then going up, if do manage to break, then 240 will be an immediate resistance. Support wise, I think we have at the support area around 230. So let's see whether this is able to hold. If it's not able to hold, then we might have a continuation of the downward momentum over here. That will be a continuation. Since it looks like we are currently at a pullback portion. Yeah. Okay, next one, Raytheon. So Raytheon for last week, we didn't really move that much. So what we had was a retest of the resistance around 101. Then once we came down to the support around the 99 level, we found some support over here. So I would expect, looks like this might actually continue. Yeah, then okay, so then we also have this trend line support over here that might be acting. So as long as it's supported over here, then maybe we can continue to maybe just bounce in this range over here. So going up, the next resistance above 101, probably at 103, this swing high over here. If we do break this immediate support, then we could be revisiting this next swing low around 96 over here for a breakdown. Okay, then I'll go through the Lockheed Martin next. So Lockheed Martin, last week looks like a slight dip after we encounter some resistance near this resistance zone. So around this 488 onwards, it's quite a strong resistance over here. So we touch it, we had a pullback, and then we just range for now. So looks like for now maybe some sideways trading would continue. Okay, then could be also having this immediate trend line support over here. So as long as this maintain, looks like we might have another attempt of these recent highs over here. But if does not, then we might be coming down towards maybe retest of this swing low area over here. That's probably around 460 to about 466 over here. Okay, then Bank of America. Okay, looks like see whether okay. So over here, we might be coming back down to retest this trend line support over here. We are quite near it, so probably maybe around 33.8, 34. We actually touch it. So for now, we are in a pullback wave. That's after we hit this previous support, 36.5 now turn resistance zone. So we are coming back to find for some support. So over here, we are quite near this support. So over here, we have the confluence of this trend line support. And then also we have this previous resistance. Then over here, we have a previous support zone as well. So I will expect some support to come in around 33 to 33.6, this area over here. Then for short-term resistance wise, will be probably at 35, this 35.30 level over here. Then the next one I'll be going through is Chevron. Okay, Chevron looks like we have the continuation of this downwards momentum over here. So downward momentum, then we had this flagging pattern. Then we had a continuation of this downward momentum. Then we also we're also below this 164, 165 level. So this was a previous resistance over here. Then we also had a previous strong support over here. Then after we test a few times over here we had a breakdown. So likely the strong resistance will be around 163 to about 166 over now. For support wise, I think that if we actually follow this trend line support, we might come back a little bit further, might have a little bit more downside to actually find some good support. That might be around 156, 157 over here. Then which might actually coincide with this swing low over here as well. Okay, for VIX, I think I covered it earlier. Then I'll talk about MasterCard and Visa next. So for MasterCard wise, I think for now we are also pulling back. So we are below this horizontal level around 360, which was prior resistance over here. So looks like that will be the immediate resistance for now, 360 to about 368. 368 being this previous strong support over here. So for now, I think there could be for a stronger support, I think we might have to go down a little bit more to maybe that we could see maybe a retest of this maybe 338 level. Over here, we have some strong support coming in. So that will probably serve as a good support again, I think. Then for Visa, for Visa looks like we had a breakdown of this rising wedge pattern, so that's a bearish sign. For now, we are receiving some form of support at this zone. So over here, we have a swing low and a previous resistance. So some support may coming around 216 to 218 over here. So if we manage to do a bounce up to maybe retest this wedge, then I would think that some resistance will be this previous swing low support. That's probably around maybe 225 to 227 over here. Yeah. So overall, I would think that given the break of this structure wise, I think I will be a bit bearish on Visa now. Okay, then for GE, okay, GE still holding up pretty well despite the weak market last week. So still trading in the range, quite obviously over here. So 84 to 80, near 85 still resistance. Over here I would think that this stock still looks like having some strength since we are having higher lows, then we had low over here. Then the low of last week was also higher than lows over here. For now, the immediate support around 82. Then if we actually break this, then we are looking at around 80 over here. Yeah. So let's see whether we are able to maybe have a break over here if it actually looks like we are consolidating. And the next key resistance upwards probably around 87 to about 89, which was a previous strong resistance back then in 2021. So let's see how this goes for GE. Then Carrier Global. Okay, Carrier Global, I think looks like we retested the swing low over here after the earnings. Then we had some bounce. So for now, support looks like it's coming at around 43.5 over here. But resistance-wise, if we follow the break of this support, then that could be around the 44.5 level. And then further up will be these swing highs over here around the 45. Sorry, this will be 44.5, yeah, and this will be 45.6 around here. Then a key support to hold, we look at this support. If we actually don't hold, I think we might come back down to retest maybe this swing over here. That's maybe around 42 level. Yeah. So for now, I would think maybe some sideways over here, or maybe some possible downwards momentum if we actually break this swing low support. Okay, next one will be retail I went through just now. So I'll be talking about food tool next. Okay, food tool, let's take a look. Yeah, I think it's still downwards trending over here. We see the bouncers producing lower highs over here, this high and the lower high over here. So for last week, at the end of the week, we tested the swing low around the 45 again. Then it looks like we're finding some support over here that's coming in. So if this holds, I think we could see some sort of a bounce. Then immediate resistance, probably these 3 candles over here. We see some selling taking place around 47.5. Then if we are strong enough, we might actually retest probably near the swing highs over here. That's probably around 50 to about 52 over here. Okay, then one thing to note, if we actually this swing low or last week actually give way, right, I think we might be seeing some further downside to maybe retest this the previous swing low around 37 to 38 over here, given that we are actually trending downwards over here in this stretch. Okay, then next one I'll talk about 9888. Okay, that's Baidu. Okay, Baidu, the winners in Hong Kong stocks recently, we had a breakdown of this uptrend channel. So for now, looks like it's in a sort of like a gentle downtrend over here. Let me just try to draw it. Yeah, so looks like we are respecting this downtrend resistance line. Then for now, I would think that this 137, 138 level looks like some form of resistance currently. So that being this previous resistance line, then it was became a support. Then once we went down, then it likely to flip into back into resistance again. Then this previous trend channel support over here, that will become a resistance as well. Okay, then for the next support wise, I think if this swing low doesn't, if this swing low at 131 doesn't hold, right, based on this swing low where we found some support at the end of last week, looks like we could be heading for maybe the next swing low near 123, 124 over here as the next support. Okay, next one, Alibaba. So Alibaba also following this downtrend pullback for now. So for now, I would say resistance immediate wise at around 96. Based on this last week's movement, we had a test, then we had went down again. So this was the swing high created last week. That will match with this downtrend channel over here, resistance. Yeah. Then for support wise, I think today we hit around 50% Fibonacci level, around 89 over here. Then we had some looks like some buying coming in, but there's still selling that's taking place. So we see whether this is able to hold as a support. If not, I think the next support level we could be looking at is maybe nearer to 83, maybe 83 level. So over here we see there was a previous this was a previous resistance, then it became a support during this range consolidation over here. And that will probably retest this that will actually retest this channel support over here again. And it's also a 61.8% retracement level. So I would think that if it comes down a little bit more, that will actually be a stronger support. Yeah, if this doesn't hold for Alibaba. Okay, then I'll go through Google. Okay, Google, one of the weaker tech stocks. So I think actually shared before, looks like I feel like it's like a false breakout of this downtrend channel over here, since we had very sharp pullback after we actually traded above it. Then we also broke down an uptrend channel in the process. So let's look at what price actually might do for now. So obviously it's still trending downwards. We see over here, like looks like we don't see any form of support coming in for now. That is also after we also reached this previous resistance. Then there was a support last time at around $90. So let's see whether some support does come in over here. If not, the next support level I'll be looking at is this lows over here around 86 over here. Then for now, the strong resistance probably at $94, which is this. We see this range over here, right? There was some support trying to come in, then we had a break. Yeah, so a retest over here will act as a resistance over here. Okay, Amazon, also one of the weaker tech stocks. So Amazon actually broke below this swing low that's at 96. Then this 96 level was also like a previous resistance over here. Then upon the retest, looks like we are having some more selling pressure downwards. So for now, I would think that the immediate support probably be this swing low over here. That's around 91.5. Then it was a previous, looks like there was some support at this horizontal level. Then if we do go further than that, I think the next key level probably around 86 to 87 level over here already, which was a prior resistance over here. Okay, then for immediate support wise, likely to be at 96. And then if we go further up, then will be around 100 over here. Okay, then next one will be PayPal. Okay, PayPal, I think we are still in some downwards trend after we had a false break of this resistance line over here. So with this swing low support around the 76, 77 level also gave way currently. So over here, we see last time it was a good support. Then over here, it tried to support, but it came down. So any retest here likely will act as a short-term resistance. For support-wise, I think currently we are finding it at the opening price of this gap up candle over here. So price is trying to remain above it for now, which is around the 73, near the 74 level. But if it doesn't hold, it probably will go and close this price gap. Then the next level probably around 71 over here. Then we also have another swing low support back over here around 67 as well. So for PayPal, I expect either some sideways direction or probably the downwards momentum to actually continue. Okay, next one is Twilio. Okay, Twilio, after we tested this strong resistance around the 76 to about 80, 81 zone, we have a pullback over here. Looks like the selling is quite fierce. Then we came to test this uptrend line over here. So let's see whether we are able to stand above it in the next coming few days. If not, we might be heading for a continuation of the downward momentum. Okay, so for now, looks like if we don't manage to go above it, this 65 level could be some immediate resistance. That might stretch to maybe about let's see, maybe about 68 over here, based on this level over here and this. For if it does break down the next support level, I would think probably around 60 over here, based on the swing lows. Based on these swing lows over here and the previous resistance over here. Okay, next one is Teva. Okay, Teva looks like we just try to retest the lows and nothing much has actually happened. So over here looks like the short-term support is coming around 9.8. Then I'll expect resistance to be around the 10.3 level to about 10.4, which is the opening price of this high volume sell down day. So I expect this range to maybe continue. If this support actually does give way, the next key support to look at probably near 9.4, 9.5, which is a quite strong resistance over here. Okay, next one is Melco results. So Melco, we had a strong upwards trend over here. We are sideways for now. So for now, I would think that the structure is like slowly starting to weaken. You can see the highs is being formed last time is around 14 over here. And then on the bounce of the support around here at around 12.6. Then the last time we had a bounce, the next high was around 13.67. So the lows has started to get lower. You can see the chart slowly tilting over here. So for now, previous resistance over here probably around the $12 to $12.60 mark. If this support actually gives way, we might see some maybe downward pressure on the stock to possibly test the next key support level, and that's near $11 over here, which was a prior strong range support. Okay, next one is Walmart. So Walmart, I think last week we retested a strong key uptrend line support over here, and then we also retested a breakout of this downtrend channel. So over here, there's confluence. You can see around 140. Then we had this bullish hammer candle coming in. So let's see whether we do able to bounce off it. Then Short term wise, the resistance might be around 144 based on this previous resistance and horizontal level. Then if it does manage to go up further, probably come in around 146 to about 148 over here. Okay. If this doesn't hold, then we might be looking at a retest of maybe this swing lows over here. That's probably around 130, 138 over here. And this one is a Costco. Okay, Costco, I think it's like a range over here, but you see the highs are actually getting lower and lower. So see there's also like a downtrend resistance type thing on it. So for now, last week we actually broke down this immediate swing low support around 495. So any retest of this area here will likely be a short-term resistance. For now, we could be finding support maybe near the maybe 475 to 485. So 475 being the previous support over here, support, then a range support over here. Then 485 looks like it's this short-term resistance over here. Then we had a swing low over here as well. So I will expect maybe price to come to try to test this support. Then whether we see some buying coming, then we might see a bounce or maybe some sideways direction for now. Next one is a Home Depot. Okay, Home Depot, I think the structure wise, I think quite bearish. So after the earnings, we actually just broke down this quite a key support at 310. Then we also broke previous resistance level around 300 over here, which is also a psychological level. So with that, I think a retest of this 300 to the highs of this sell down candle, right, 308, probably will be a short-term resistance that's going to come in. Support wise, I think we might try to go and fill this gap. There was a price gap over here, which is around 290. That might provide some level of support for now. Yeah. Then if doesn't hold, then the next strong support probably around 275 over here based on this next swing low. Okay, Meta. Meta is actually I would think that currently is pulling back in a possible wedge formation. So if this is a descending wedge, it's possibly bullish. That's provided if the support of over here managed to hold. So for last week, we actually looks like just trending down a little, but we found some support at 168. Around 168. So which was a prior resistance over here, 168 to about 171. So this prior resistance, we are actually retesting it over here. So if this support actually holds, then I think the short-term resistance wise is over here around 173. Then if we do have a break of this resistance line, the next resistance will be around 178, this swing high over here. Okay, if we continue to trade in this wedge and the support breaks, the next level to look out for maybe is around 160. Around 160, there will be a support of this wedge. Then we actually have this previous high over here as well. So that's for Meta. Let's see how it goes. Okay, then the star of last week was Nvidia. So Nvidia was actually sideways over here. We see in the previous resistance was 230. Then upon the results, then this prior resistance managed to act as support over here for 2 days in a row. So that will be the immediate support. Okay, for resistance wise, I would say the first one will be the high of last week around 238. So then if we manage to go up higher, let's see. there was a price gap over here last time. So that's around, let's see, two, around 254 to 258. So there might be a more bold target if actually price is able to reach to fill this gap if we actually continue on this bullish momentum. Yeah, so overall still looking okay as long as this 230 doesn't break. If not, this will might be look at a fake out if this 230 support breaks this week. Okay, then let me see the next one. NDAQ. Okay, so this is NASDAQ Inc. Okay, NASDAQ Inc. I think for now little bit bearish. So this important uptrend line over here, the support was actually breached out. So so for now, price could be trying to find some support. So for now, it's like some sideways direction. Support is coming around 56.5. But if it does go lower, it might find some support maybe near 56. Based on this swing low over here where there's huge volume. Yeah. Then it was a previous support over here as well. For resistance wise, if we do a bounce, I think this range maybe 58, 59 over here will be a short-term resistance. And over here, the key resistance over here will be around 60-ish over here based on these swing highs. Next one is ICE, Intercontinental Exchange. So for this, looks like some bearish movements taking place for now. Since we had a break of this trendline support, then we have been selling down over here. Then looks like we haven't found we tried to find some support around the 103 level over here. Then which was a previous resistance and a support. Then it was quickly being broken again. So I do think that the downwards momentum might continue to maybe retest this swing low over here. So the next support over here to look out for maybe is at 100, a psychological level, which might be a good support level as well because we have this high volume over here that might generate a good support if you do make a test. Then immediate resistance will be around 103 to about 105 over here for now. Okay, next one is GM, okay, General Motors. Okay, we actually we have a pullback. Then upon the retest of this trendline support, we have some bullish candle coming. So some support is coming at this level at around 39. So you see whether you can do a bounce up where the immediate key resistance will be around 41 over here. If it doesn't hold, then we might be seeing a bit more downside to maybe retest 38 over here, which was a previous resistance over here. But one thing to note is there's also a price gap over here. So there's around 37 to about 38.3 that has yet to be filled. So price can actually come down to find some support to fill this gap. Yeah. Okay, TSM. So TSM, let's see. So TSM, we actually bounced up. We keep on respecting this uptrend support line. So over here, we found some support last week around 87. Then after the Nvidia result, we have bounced, but on Friday, we have pulled back to this trend line support. So we had like a thumbnail candle over here, still some bullish action if you're able to get some follow through. So for now, I would think that the support to rely on is probably this trendline support. Then short-term resistance-wise, probably expect it around maybe 90 to about 92, based on this previous range support that has been broken down at the swing high of last week over here as well. Then if this trend line actually breaks, right, I do think that we might have some further downside to the first level of support, probably around 85 over here, which is the opening of this gap up over here with the increased volume. Then there's also another price gap over here to take note. So there's around the 81.9 to around 84.4 level over here. Next one is NEO. Okay, for NEO, I think originally I was seeing whether there was let's say maybe a triple bottom pattern that's gonna be taking place. Looks like there might be. So for now, we are actually trying to retest the support zone over here. So over here, there's actually some support from last time probably around $9 to around 9.50. So every time price we tested this level, we were able to bounce. Currently, we are here. So we might be finding some support at this level. But if it fails, right, then maybe some downside, quite some further downside, given that we might actually retest this trend line over here that's respected twice over here. Yeah. Then short-term resistance wise, I would think that would be the highs created last over here. That's probably around 10.4 to about 10.5 level over here for new. Okay, then next one is Eli Lilly. So Eli Lilly trending downwards for now. So let me just draw the trend lines. So for now, I think the end of last week we tested this this swing low level around 320. Then let's see whether some support is able to come in. If not, the next level will probably a retest of this the next horizontal level around 317, which is this swing low over here, and the previous some support over here as well. And resistance, immediate resistance wise, probably be this upper wick over here. We see 4 days in a row there's a selling taking place near the 330 level. So that will be immediate resistance over here. Then the next, if it's able to overcome, then maybe 339 to 340 over here, that was a previous key support over here last time. Then that will be another strong resistance to look out for this song. KCBS. KCBS, I think, is like trending downwards for now. But in this period, looks like some range is taking place. So every time we come to this near the 84 to 85 level, we are finding some support. 2 times we bounced off. We are quite near it, so I will expect price is actually coming back here to see whether we are testing to actually test this support again. Then the resistance wise, upwards level, the high level over here is around 90. The intermediate level I would think is probably around 80, around near 88 level based on this previous resistance and some support actually coming in. Then we actually broke down over here. Okay, then but if this support we keep on testing, right, there's actually a chance that it might break now. Then the next level probably around 84 over here, which was another swing high last time. Okay, the next one is HON. So this is Honeywell International. So for Honeywell, I think we are like sort of where like maybe forming a wedge over here. We can see like this space is trading is getting like smaller. So for now, let's see whether based on Fibonacci 2, we are near the 50% retracement level near 192. So over here, if we do touch 189 to 192 over here, there might be some support coming in. Short-term resistance wise, we'll be looking at 195 to 196 based on these highs over here. And a test of this trend line over here as well. Okay, Tesla. Okay, Tesla, I think we actually came to retest this uptrend channel over here. So looks like it's actually quite respecting this blue color line. We tested it on Friday. We had a bullish closing over here. So let's see. Looks like price might actually maybe resume back some upwards trend. So I would expect the range to actually continue over here. With after this strong movement, we actually just trading in the range over here. Here see some zigzag. So if price actually managed to come up here, the resistance to take note probably around 208 to about 208, 214, and then 217 over here. Then but if this trend line support breaks, right, then I think there might be some downside that's taking place. Then we'll be looking at maybe the next key level of support taking place maybe near 180 over here. Okay, then next one is Vista Oil Gas. Let me just try to find this counter. Looks like I'm unable to find it. Yeah, not sure whether it's the right counter or maybe I just couldn't find. Maybe you can type in the chat box again. Yeah. Then I'll move on to the next one, which is Caterpillar. Let's see, for Caterpillar, after this range and then upward move over here, we are starting to trend down over here. We see downward movement with increased volume, then sideways, then we actually broke this immediate range support at 21242, then we are trending down again. So for now, let's see. Over here at the previous resistance over here, around 235, we could be seeing some level of support coming in over here for now to do a bounce, to maybe retest this 242 support level again. But if we fail to hold, the next level of support maybe near, maybe it's near to 227 over here, which is the range support lows over here for Caterpillar. Yeah, but overall in this stretch, we are actually downwards trending, just to take note. Okay, then next one is Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft, we actually retested the channel support over here. So it's important we manage to actually close back above this. If not, it might be starting to turn a little bit bearish over here, given that we had this stretch of just falling over here. So another thing also is that we also have this downtrend channel over here. So we had a breakout. So it's important we have some support coming in to maintain this, to actually make this breakout still valid. If not, it might actually be another false breakout in the making if we actually don't manage to hold over here. Then the next, if we do fall back a little bit lower, then the key support level to look at maybe is at 245, which was a prior resistance over here, this stretch. Yeah. Then for now, resistance-wise, the strong one probably around the 256, 257 level over here. Okay, next one I'll talk about is Upstart. Okay, maybe let's remove this. Okay, Upstart. it looks like we are starting to trend down a little bit. We had this strong move over here. Then over here we made a lower high from over here. Then currently price is trying to support around 1770. So if this, let's see whether this is able to support. If not, the next level I would think that it will be maybe a retest of this lower end at 1550 if price doesn't manage to hold. For the immediate support, immediate resistance wise, I think probably around $20, which is this high over here. Then that will be followed by 2160, probably a 2160 over here. And Pfizer. Okay, Pfizer still trending downwards over here. So the short-term support could be near $41, which is a low, which was a swing low over here before we had this big bounce. So over here, there might be some support coming in. Okay, then for resistance wise, for now looks like it's around 42.70, around 42.70, which was a low over here, like a high volume day. Then we actually break it over here. So there was a retest also, but it's met rejection. So looks like the immediate resistance got be over here for Pfizer. Okay, actually Neo Incel. Oh. Okay, I think for now, given that it's near this support zone, right? For now, I'll actually wait and see. Looks like result is also coming out soon. So see whether this support is able to hold. Yeah, for new. Next one is iFast. Okay. iFast sell. Oh. I think this is actually depending on your entry price. It actually looks like it's quite high now, given the run up over here from since around 350, then we reach a high of near $6+. Currently, it's definitely trending downwards. So actually depends on where you actually bought it. For now, if we could be seeing some support if we actually follow this retest of this swing near the $5 mark over here. But we're actually bounded by this downtrend resistance line also as well. So another bearish thing is that after the result, looked like we had this bullish candle, but it was met with the very next day, it was met with this bearish candle over here with the increased volume. So actually show that the sellers are actually quite strong in this stock. I will expect some maybe downwards movement for this stock in the near term for iFast. Okay, then next one is Oxy. Oxy, if I'm not wrong, is probably reporting results after market close today. So I think last time I shared saying that it's important that we stay above this trend line, this trend channel over here. So this is an important trend line support at 62. We actually broke it. We actually went below it last week, for the whole of last week. So that actually like a danger sign. So I would think that the big bullish trend over here might be in danger lah. So for now, resistance wise, probably around this area over here, that's around 61 to maybe 62. For the support wise, could be near these swing lows over here. That's around 57, around 56 to 57. You might find some support around here for Oxy. Okay, then CrowdStrike. Okay, CrowdStrike. So just looks like it's just range trading after a breakout of this downtrend channel over here. So for now, resistance we are seeing around 120. But going up, we could expect some form of resistance at near 124 as well. So over here we see tested twice last time. Yeah. Then there's also a price gap. So if we actually do manage to break above this level, right, we could be looking to fill this gap over here, which is around 136 over here. Yeah. Then for immediate support, we will take the lows of the range over here. That's around 108 to about 110 over here. Okay, next one is C Limited. So I see that there's a break of this immediate trend line support over here. So over here, the resistance likely to be from 62 to about 65 over here. 62 being the horizontal range support over here. Support wise, first one we might be finding it near $58, which was a prior support level over here, and resistance. So looks like we are near it. Further pullback, we might see the next support coming maybe near $53, which is this swing low over here. And there was a previous resistance over here as well. Over here, I would still think still in the trending down phase over here. Okay, next one is DocuSign. In DocuSign, I think the resistance is actually this trend line over here. It's been respecting it a few times. So for now, after we hit this, we have a pullback. Then we are also under this previous resistance around 61.30. So previously this was resistance, then there was support coming in. Then over here looks like we had a gap down, then looks like some turn into a resistance. So around here will be the immediate resistance from about 61.30 to about $64. This gap over here. Support is coming around 58 over here, this level. So let's see whether this is actually able to hold. If not, we might actually go down maybe further, a bit down to near this 54 to 55 level over here for DocuSign, which is the range support over here. There will be a stronger support. Next one is Spotify. So let's see for Spotify. On Spotify, after the results, we actually retested the swing high resistance at 126. Then we have following that, it looks like we have a normal pullback. So for now, the first support level we could look at probably around 113, which is a previous resistance over here. So retest over here might find some support. If we go lower than that, I would think that maybe near this part 106, which is the gap up day over here, we might have some next level of support as well. Okay, then resistance wise, in intermediate one probably around 120, which is this. There was some support coming in, then we had a break. So over here there might be some resistance acting on it as well. Okay, Mercado Libre. So this one, 1090 is the support that's still holding. Overall, still looking okay. Since it was a previous resistance, and upon the retest, we found some support coming in. So for now, some resistance might be at this level. Based on the candles over here, we saw some selling taking place around 1190. Then upper level probably around these highs at 1250 to about 126 to about 1260 to about 1270, which was a previous high last time in April last year. So I would still think maybe we do some range trading or try to retest over these highs over here, since the lows over here is being supported. Okay, Palantir. Okay, Palantir, like unfortunately, it had a nice break above this $9 mark. But however, the sell down was rather quick and they just didn't manage to hold this $9 mark, and also it didn't manage to hold this near 840 resistance as well. So let me see whether there's actually a trend line. So we might be coming down to maybe retest a trend line support over here. So over here, that will be confirmed with this swing low at 746 over here. Yeah, that might act as some support. But if we go lower than that, then we might actually retest maybe $7, which was a previous a key level, given that it was a previous support. Then over here, yeah. Okay, Micron. Okay, for Micron, the resistance is still rather stubborn around 64 over here, tested many times. Then we didn't manage to have a immediate breakout over here. Instead, we pull back again to looks like we are near the support zone. So this was a prior resistance over here, like 57.50. Then we had a retest over here. So I would think that there could be a bounce taking place since if this is supported. Immediate resistance probably around maybe near 59.70, which is this range over here. Then the breakdown, we had a retest over here as well. Then going up, the next resistance could be at around 62, these highs over here. If this doesn't hold, right, this prior strong resistance, then some support over here. Could be seeing a retest of maybe this swing low around 55, near 55.20 over here for Micron. Okay, I'll talk about Adobe. So Adobe, I think we had a very fierce sell down over here. So we actually broke this uptrend channel over here. Then we actually retested these around 322, which was a prior resistance, and entered into support over here. So let's see whether some support actually comes in. If not, I might be thinking it might actually go to fill a price gap over here. There was a price gap around 304 to about 318. So if it goes down to if it fills the price gap, maybe 304 might be a good support level. Given that over here, we can see there was a prior resistance over here. Resistance, and resistance as well. So maybe if it does a retest in the process, then this might be a good immediate support. Okay, then for resistance wise, I think if we see some bullish candles coming, the retest of this uptrend channel might form some resistance, maybe near 337 over here. YUMC, Yum China. So Yum China, I think for now, looks like we might be breaking down of this uptrend channel over here with the close of today with this candle over here. So for now, resistance wise, probably near 60 to about 60 will be immediate resistance over here. The strong resistance is being seen over here near 62.30. I would think that probably might need some possible further pullback to maybe come to retest this swing low at around 57 for some support, which is tested twice over here. Then further down, if this doesn't hold, right, further down maybe might be coming to maybe near $54 plus over here, which is another previous support level. Okay, 2801. Okay, for this I think looks like similar to most of the Hong Kong stocks currently trading in like a downtrend channel formation. For now, let's see whether some support comes in near this channel support, coupled with this prior range resistance around $20.60 level, which is also 38.2% Fibonacci pullback. But if price pulls back further, the next support to look at probably near $19.60, which is this range lows over here, prior resistance as well. For immediate resistance wise, I think that probably near $21.10 over here, which is this swing low that was being broken down over here. Then retest of this channel resistance as well. Okay, S&P 500 I went through at the start of the session, so I'll go through the other counters first. Okay, for SGX, let's see. SGS, I think we are following this like a downtrend channel for now. So I'm expecting some further pullback to possibly retest this support around near the 870 mark. There will also be a retest of this channel support as well. Also near 50% Fibonacci retracement level. We may take the lows over here near $8 and the high near $9.35. Then next one is Capital Corp. Okay, Capital Corp. I think that given the corporate action, we shouldn't look at it from a daily time frame for now. Definitely there will be a gap over here. But volume you can see is actually shrinking over here, so volatility is decreasing. Then when we look at the, let's say 30 minutes time frame, I think we are just sideways, possibly sideways trading for now. So over here we see the support coming is around 540, then the resistance over here is around 555 over here. So price is just sideways over here for now, I would think. Okay, then next one is MedTech. Okay, MedTech, I think currently still in this downtrend channel over here, respecting this downtrend channel resistance. So this was also following a break from this uptrend line support as well. So for now, I would think that resistance probably near this around 138 to about 139. 135 to 139 over here. If we move down of about 134, which is this previous support and support over here, we might see some further downside. That might go down to maybe close to this opening price of the large candles over here. That probably near maybe 120s over here. Yeah. Okay, VIST. Okay, Vista Energy. Okay, this was the counter just now. So I think overall here looks like in a nice trend, nice uptrend over here. I think price is actually still respecting this uptrend channel formation, so that still quite a pretty chart. Over here we hit a resistance around the $18.40 50 mark. Our normal to have a pullback for now. Short term support wise maybe coming in around $17, which is a previous resistance over here. Then if we pull back further, we might be seeing maybe near $15, which is another support level over here. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just go through one more since it's almost time. So Alibaba. So It's actually trending downwards over here. That's with most of the Hong Kong counters. So let's see whether there's a um down. There's actually this downtrend channel might be respecting over here. So for now, price is actually near this. Price is actually near 50% Fibonacci retracement level, $89.90 over here. So over here might have some support, since it's quite close to the channel support over here as well. But if we go down a little bit further, we might go to maybe 85 over here, which is the range lows over here as well. Then there was a prior inverse head and shoulders breakout over here. So this was a neckline to take note over here as well. For the immediate resistance wise, I think could be maybe $94, $95 for now, which is the highs of this range resistance last time. Then we see over here, the price tried to hold, then we had a gap over here. So over here, if it does a retest, there will be some resistance that can be coming in for Alibaba. Okay, I think that's all for today since it's time. Apologies, I don't have the time to to cover all the counters being mentioned over here. So do feel free to leave your questions in the Poems TA Telegram group, then or the Poems Tree Technical Analysis Community group. Then I'll answer your questions over there. Okay, let me just share the links over there in the chat box. Okay, so in the chat box, right, you can see okay, there's a survey form to if you want to give any feedback about today's session. Then there's also this link that will bring you to the Poems Tree community group on technical analysis. So over there, I actually do post some TA content over there time to time. So if you have any questions over there, you can post it over there as well. Like anytime you just think about it, then you can just post over there. Yeah, then I'll answer you when I chance upon it. So thank you all for today. So have a good night, everyone, and a safe trading week again. So next week there won't be a live counter review. So I think the next session will probably be 2 weeks later. Yeah. So also just to address Gary's question in the chat box, is there any playback for this webinar? I think the session is being recorded on PhillipCapital Facebook page, so you can actually check it out for some playback for this webinar. Yeah. So that's all for today. See you all again next two weeks later. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.